Hey everybody, good to see you again today. Someone asked me not too long ago if I would say a word about the call of Nathaniel. In the Bible, Nathaniel was a skeptic who became one of the disciples of Christ and one of the apostles. And so I think I'll do that today. God willing, I'd like to develop this maybe into a sermon. I may preach sometime. But his call is unusual. It gives more detail than we usually have when our Lord calls him. Sometimes he'll just say, follow me. And that's all the information that we have. But we have a strange circumstance that causes people to ask the question, what was this guy doing under that fig tree anyway? His name is Nathaniel. And elsewhere in the Gospels, he's referred to as Bartholomew. Bar, of course, is the Aramaic word for son. And so his full name, therefore, would be Nathaniel, the son of Ptolemaeus. But in this case, he's called Nathaniel. You find his call in the last 7 verses in chapter 1 of John. And it goes something like this. We read there that Philip findeth Nathanael, and saith unto him, We have found him of whom Moses in the law and the prophets did write, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph. And Nathanael said unto him, Can there any good thing come out of Nazareth? Well, Philip saith unto him, Come and see. And Jesus saw Nathanael coming to him, and saith of him, Behold, an Israelite indeed, in whom is no guile. Nathanael saith unto him, Whence knowest thou me? And Jesus answered, said unto him, Before that Philip called thee, when thou wast under the fig tree, I saw thee. Nathanael answered and saith unto him, Rabbi, thou art the Son of God. Thou art the King of Israel. And Jesus answered and said unto him, Because I said unto thee, I saw thee under the fig tree, believest thou? Thou shalt see greater things than these. And he said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, hereafter ye shall see heaven opened, and the angels of God ascending and descending upon the Son of Man. So here we see this skeptic listening to Philip talk about, we found the Messiah, this is the one. He's from Nazareth. Now, Nathaniel was from the next town over, Cana in Galilee. And obviously Nazareth was not all that significant, but maybe there was a little crosstown rivalry from people who lived in Cana concerning those who came from Nazareth. But that's why he says, Can any good thing come out of Nazareth? And I like Philip's response, well, come and see. Meet this man, and then you'll understand. And Jesus, before Nathanael could even say anything, sees him coming and says, Hey, there's an Israelite indeed, in whom is no guile. And, of course, as a skeptic, he was wondering, okay, is this some kind of flattery? How do you know me? I've never seen this man in my life. Until Jesus said, I saw you under the fig tree. Now, that's what arouses the curiosity of people. What about this fig tree? Was this Philip's fig tree or Nathaniel's fig tree? Maybe in his own yard, or a friend or a neighbor. Maybe Philip was just on his way from place to place and saw a fig tree nearby and spent some time under the fig tree. We don't know where that fig tree was. And one thing we don't know is exactly what he was doing. But whatever it was Nathaniel was doing, it was significant enough to cause Jesus to point out that here's a man with no guile. That's important to understand. And whatever he did, maybe he just picked a fig and he was eating that. Perfectly legal to do that. If you're hungry, you can pick fruit off someone else's tree. You don't take a whole basket with you. That would not be legal, but that's perfectly fine. Or maybe he did that and left a couple shekels for the owner of the tree. Whatever it is, instantly Nathanael believed and said, You're the King, you're the Messiah, you're the Son of God. And which leads me to think maybe he was in meditation and maybe praying silently. He was convinced, of course, that no one else could hear what he was saying, and there was no one around. That's why it was amazing that Jesus said he saw him there. Maybe he was meditating on Psalm 2, for example. Psalm 2. points out both of the things that Nathaniel mentioned. In verse 6, it says, Yet I've set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord hath said unto me, Thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. He's talking about the coming Messiah. He'd be the king. He would be the Son of God. And Nathaniel confessed both things when Jesus said, I saw you under that fig tree. Maybe that's what was going on there. But whatever it is, Jesus demonstrated something that was important, that fits in to the whole narrative of the Gospel of John. John was written to provide evidence that points to the fact that Jesus is God, the deity of Christ. And sometimes it's in the miracles that he did. John chose 7 miracles. He doesn't call them miracles, he calls them signs, because each one points to a quality of Jesus that demonstrates his deity. Sometimes it's in things that he said, like when he said to the disciples, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father, and even his enemies. At times, Jesus was talking to those who were against him, and he said, I've done many good works. For which good work do you want to stone me? And their response was, not for a good work, but for blasphemy, because you're making yourself the Son of God. You're making yourself God. But this is another one of those examples that Jesus is able to see things that humans can't see. He's able to understand things that we can't understand, humanly speaking, but he could, because he was truly God. And Nathaniel understood that when he said this. They saw him under the fig tree. You know, that's true with every one of us. I think there are some people, I get the impression, who are thinking that maybe God doesn't see me when it's dark. He didn't see me when I'm the sin I've committed. He sees everything, everything that you've done, good and bad. He's seen the good things you've done, nobody else even knows about. But to me, the amazing thing is that our Lord Jesus is God. He sees everything, even things that we can't see. He knows everything about us, and he still wants us. He still loves us, just like he did with Nathaniel as he became a disciple. And that's one of the things I want to bring to your attention today as we think about this, that there's someone who knows you better than anyone else. Everything you've ever done, thought, said, and he still loves you, and he still wants you to be his child today. Think about that, will you? Be back with you again very soon. Have a great day, folks.